Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 246. Got an active recovery session here for you. Main reason for that is because you have to have them every now and again. I think I've been kidding myself a lot over the last few weeks as to how much I can actually train and recover from. After all, it's not about how hard you can train, it's about how well you can actually recover from those sessions. And recovery is going to take however long it takes, but I think it's very important to have at least a few days of like this every week where I just come in, I move, again, general activity, backwards treadmill walking is probably one of my favorites for knee health, gets a nice pump in the quads, get the knees feeling good. I was planning on doing a little bit of shooting around with the basketball, but the courts were not available today. So I did some hip mobility to start off the session, some hip cars here. I really like doing them like this because generally when you do them like standing on the spot or you're holding onto a stick, you can really kind of compensate by leaning that torso over. But if you lean against a wall like this, all of that range of motion has to be out of the targeted hip, and active range of motion rather than passive range of motion. Really, really good help for helping to restore internal rotation at the hip joint. Then I moved into some ATG split squats. Those of you that watch the channel regularly, you'll know that I love ATG split squats, not because they strengthen the legs in any particular way. It's purely because they're a mobility exercise. They help to improve the range of motion at your ankle, your knee, and your hip through a very decently full range of motion, and you can load it decently heavily as well. So I guess you could say it's one of the best exercises for improving strength through length, as Ben Patrick would say. Really like these. I don't often do them excessively, and they're not exactly a heavy exercise. They're nice and light, and it's just good to load up the joints through a very, very full range of motion with a pretty significant amount of weight, considering the extended range of motion that you're doing and on one leg. Then lastly, I just did a little bit of static stretching. I think static stretching has its place in a program. You can sort of take it or leave it. I quite like it because it helps me to relax and to calm down. I didn't really have much to do at the end of the session. But there's this guy right here who you see sort of walking back and forth. He's a CrossFitter, and I just saw him doing his workout like towards the end. And this was probably just like conditioning for him. He was like doing rowing, walking handstands. I think he was doing dumbbell snatches, and then he also just did like a little finisher at the end, which was like 100 kilo deadlift for reps, jumping over the bar. I don't know what those are called, but it was just fascinating to watch that while I was doing my my stretching here. So that was pretty much it for today's workout, guys. Here you can see him walking past, his feet past the camera. Really, really cool. I'm going to get to that point one day, but it's going to take a little bit of working on my handstand. Anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.